Hi there, my name is Tatiana Arnaud, and I'm here to present the Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act, or otherwise known as WIFI, application. The recommendation for the Public Works and Transportation Committee is that the Public Works and Transportation Committee recommend that the City Council approve and authorize the mayor to adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to submit an application for an amount not to exceed $27,600,000 from the Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act loan program, which is administered by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, or otherwise known as EPA, designating the amount of project expenditures to be reimbursed by proceeds from the Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act loan, and dedicating and pledging revenues and funds for the repayment of the Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act loan from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. For City Council, similarly, the recommendation is that the City Council approve and authorize the mayor to adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to submit an application for an amount not to exceed $27,600,000 from the Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act loan program administered by the US EPA, designating the amount of project expenditures to be reimbursed by proceeds from the Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act loan, and dedicating and pledging revenues and funds for the repayment of the Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act loan from the US EPA. So what is WIFI, or Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Act? This was an act that was established in 2014 as a federal credit program, which is administered by the EPA. Its focus is on water and wastewater infrastructure. It provides for direct low-interest loans by the EPA. These are customized as to terms and offers extended maturities. And it's designed to complement existing funding sources, and they must be co-financed with other sources of funding. So on October 12th of last year, we submitted a letter of interest for the Aquifer Storage and Recovery, or otherwise known as ASR completion project. The EPA evaluated and selected our project, and we were invited to apply for this credit assistance. The loan is limited to up to 49% of the total estimated project cost of $56,338,000, or the $27,600,000 that we are applying for. The process is estimated to take approximately 7 months from the submission of application to the closing of the actual loan. So what is ASR? This is a major component of our city's groundwater recovery and enhancement and treatment program. It involves 4 components total, which will all be included in the WIFI application. First and foremost, the Advanced Water Purification Facility, or otherwise known as the AWPF, needs to be upgraded to increase the capacity from today's 6.25 million gallons per day to double that, which is 12.5 million gallons per day. This will also include the construction of 6 ASR wells, 1 demonstration well, and another 5 full-scale wells after we receive permits from DDW. We will also need to construct a 20-inch diameter distribution pipeline over to our existing water blending stations. And once we do that, the blending station mechanical and electrical upgrades, as well as piping modification and pump replacements will need to occur to be able to keep this operational. So as far as schedule goes, the demonstration well improvements are scheduled to begin construction in 2021, or within the next month or so, and will be completed by this time next year. The demonstration well portion of this is not a part of the WIFI program application. The next stage of the ASR completion project is expected to begin once that demonstration well improvement permit is approved by the Division of Drinking Water, like I mentioned earlier. This process is anticipated to last at least 1 year. The ASR completion project will increase the production and use of recycled water by increasing the capacity at the AWPF, the construction of the additional full-scale wells, and it'll also improve the infrastructure at the blending station. There is no financial impact to the city's general fund for this application. The initial cost for the application process only is $100,000 for the loan application fee, which will be funded through the Water Operations Fund. An application fee will be credited to the credit processing fee, which ranges from anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000. And finally, FEMA reimburses the EPA for its financial, technical, and legal advisory costs and is due upon the execution of the loan. The full cost of the loan, if approved, will be determined once the terms for repayment are established. Funding for this project would be included in the CIP starting fiscal year 22-23, and we anticipate this project going through 2027 through 2028. That concludes this presentation. Thank you for your time.